Coming up here on today's show, we have the best cheesesteaks west of Philadelphia. Plus, whether you're an East Sider or a West Sider, we have fall fun for the entire family. And David is in the kitchen with an Instant Pot recipe that smells absolutely fabulous. New Day Cleveland starts right now.
Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss. We're in the kitchen today, and we're going to bust out the Instant Pots. Became a big fad, a real craze in the past year. So I'm going to show you how to make a little black bean soup in here, which is really easy to do. This whole thing with the Instant Pots is it takes a little research. So this recipe I'm using today is one I found from Instant Pot, and then I changed it up just a little bit. Put a couple ingredients in it that I think might improve it a little bit. So when you look up the recipe, you can follow the recipe, or you can change it the way you think it might get a little bit better. So what I've got is one white onion in here that I chopped up into little pieces, and I'm going to soften it up in here for about 5 minutes. Then what you do is put in 5 cloves of garlic. The 5 cloves of garlic, you chop them up real thin so they saute sort of fast. Then we're going to put in 4 teaspoons of chili powder. 4 teaspoons of chili powder, and the reason you put that chili powder in now is like the heat in the saute mode really sort of wakes up and makes those aromas come out, so flavors come out of that chili powder. So it's always good whenever you make chili or whatever, don't just dump it in the water or the broth, dump it in the pan when it's hot, like with the onions on the pan itself. A little bit of cumin. If you're not familiar with cumin, take a sniff, and you'll realize that's in a lot of Mexican and South American food. Spanish food, Portuguese food. So we got a little cumin in here now. That's going along. And then the cumin, that's 1.5 teaspoons of that. I got 1.5 teaspoons of dry oregano, also a very popular herb or spice in Mexico, South America, the Southwest. And we're going to throw in a couple bay leaves. Okay, so there. This is all softening up. Say we're about at, I'd say 6 or 7 minutes, about 7 minutes of cooking if you're doing this at home. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the beans. So the recipe says 2.5 cups of beans. I saw that in one of the Instapot deals. I discovered that 2.5 cups of beans is exactly 1 pound of black beans, if they're those little black beans just like this. So open up the bag. They say look around for stones or rocks in it that might be the same size. They look pretty good to me. I went through these, I washed them, I rinsed them, and that's 2.5 cups or 1 pound of black beans. So I'm going to stir that in. Now, a lot of these recipes you see for this put 7 cups of water in here. I'm not putting 7 cups of water in here, but you can. It's totally cool. But I'm going to put in 4 cups of vegetable broth. 4 cups, I think that sounds like a quart to me. Coming out too slow. Open it up a little bit, works a lot better. When you do it like this though, don't walk around the house with the thing because it'll be dripping out of both ends. Then you got a mess. I learned that when my wife hollered at me. She never hollers at me, but she said, could you please not make a mess? I'm cooking. Okay, so I've got the 4 cups of vegetable broth in there. Then I'm going to put in 3 cups of water. So there we have 7 cups of fluid. So I say we're up to about 7 minutes, 8 minutes or so of cooking at this point. Looks like I've got everything in there. So now what you do is you put the top on. Here it's singing, making songs. Okay, so it's on. I've got the vent in the closed position. That's right here. And this thing, when you get one of these, it's really a wobbly little thing. Just get it back here and make sure it's on that direction. That'll be good enough. Then you go over here to pressure cook. I push pressure cook. Let's see, let me turn it off first so I know it's off. I'll put pressure cook, and I'm going to put a bunch of minutes on there. It looks like about 9 minutes to me. I'm looking at it upside down and inside out. But I'm going to run this up to 60 minutes. Now what's really interesting about this is, even though they say it cooks fast, and it's going to cook in 60 minutes, 1 hour, it's going to actually take about 10 to 15 minutes for it to come up to that temperature to be at pressure cooking. Then it's going to cook for about, oh, hear that sound? It's singing to us. So there it is. So I've had this turned off for about a half an hour, and look how hot it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a cup. No, I know I have the cup here. 1 cup of the beans out. It's about a cup, right? Set that aside. And I'm going to take the old motorboat. So if you don't have one of these, you should really get one. They're not very expensive. It saves you a lot of trouble. You have to like be careful and put it in a blender. Don't put too much in the blender because you fill the blender up too high. You turn it on, whoosh, hot everywhere, man, because this is hot. But this, we're just going to make this smooth and silky. When we come back, it won't be as noisy, and Natalie will join us.
Welcome back here to New Day Cleveland.
We're doing movie star stories
We're talking
over
about,
here.
yes, we're talking about, I wondered if he's doing the new Ryan Gosling movie that's coming out.
Yeah, we're going to have the director on tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Damien Chazelle, he's going to be on. He's the guy who wrote and directed La La Land and Whiplash.
It's interesting how they like to stick with. They have their actors that they like, that they will.
This guy's only
keep in
30
films.
years old, this director.
That is
30 or
amazing,
32
too.
years old, yeah. So
That's
he's
really exciting.
He's a youngster. And they're coming to town tonight for a big screening. And
So
and
he's going
coming to
to
our
come
show
up on the
tomorrow.
show. That's going to be awesome.
Okay, so I stirred the black beans back in here.
This smells so good.
I'll tell you
So
what
good.
my son Adam said. I made it for him.
Did you like it?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. Did he have? I'm sure he had interesting words, something about the way it looks, or I don't know.
He's a very interesting boy. Hey, so here's what we did. We got a little avocado here. We're going to put this avocado on the top. Put a little scallion on it.
I love scallions.
Like that? Okay, so I made this crema like that, you see? And then you
Yes.
can take it and just put it on the soup, or you can put it in a little thing like this and put some little dots on it.
And make it look really pretty.
A little colorful. There you go. Now you can give it a try. I put 2 kinds of spoons on there, big one, a little one. So you can give it a try.
Go with the big
So
one.
Adam's trying this soup.
Don't
He
make
goes-
me spit out my soup.
Oh no, he goes like, Dad, this isn't soup. The soup is supposed to be wet. I said, what do you mean not wet? He says, it's too thick, Dad.
Oh no, I like the thickness of it.
And he says, it's supposed to have stuff in it too. Like I said, what do you want me to put in it? He goes like, I don't know. Soup has celery in it or corn. I said, really? He says, or meat. But I don't think he totally.
says beans.
He didn't totally get.
How was he feeling the next day?
He was feeling fine.
Okay.
He did okay. So anyhow, folks, I want to tell you, you can make it like this was from.
This is delicious.
Pretty good, huh?
It's delicious.
From real, the beans, the raw beans, you can make it like that. Or if you don't have an Instant Pot, you can do the same recipe and just drain black beans and rinse them really well and get about 6, I'd say 6 cups of those and make it to the same recipe. And you could just do it in a pot on the stove and come up with the same thing. So you don't have
the
to.
combo
you don't have
of
to
everything
run out
in
and
here
buy
is
one.
really good. You picked a lot of great options to throw into this.
Don't you think this thing with the lime juice and
It's
cilantro?
delicious.
Yeah, it really makes
I
a big
could
difference
roll that on the top
because
of it.
it sort of makes it like not vinegary, but a little acid on top of it.
It gives it kick.
Yeah.
It gives it kick, and I'm sure he liked that.
Hey,
Adam
so
liked
anyway,
that
it's
little
something you do with the
addition.
Instant Pot. It's something you can do. But here's something you can do. You don't have to make this in your kitchen. You just come with us. Go down to Mexico. We can get black bean soup there
Let's
every day.
do it!
They have it for breakfast down here.
You announced this big trip yesterday, right? The Now Jade Riviera Cancun there.
They sold half the tickets already.
Oh, you guys better jump on it if you'd like to come with
What
us.
do people tell us when they see us? I can never get a ticket.
Because
it's already sold out.
so we're giving you the opportunity right now because it's only halfway there. It's going to be nonstop flights, which is great. They're going to depart on Saturday, January 26th. It's going to be a 7-night stay in paradise.
I thought that was Little John for a minute.
They have. Let me tell you. I remember we went here once, way back when. It was my first viewer trip.
Mm-hmm.
The staff there was absolutely fabulous. They were so kind to us. It's going to be at an all-inclusive property, world-class spa that they have. The dining spectacular. I'm excited to go back. It's going to come full circle for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, and all you need to do to hold a ticket is put $250 deposit down per person. And if you're worried that maybe you might have to back out or something like that, buy the insurance. It's not expensive, and that way you're sort of protected if something happens, down the road, and you can't go for some reason. But it's a great trip, and like we say, everywhere we go, people always go, I want to go on the next one. But it's always sold out. Well, by the time you decide you want to go, it is a little late most of the time.
That's why our loyal viewers, they always jump on board because they're watching us every day. You have to know when we announce it to jump on board.
I was at the store yesterday. The guy says, I was just watching your show, but I had to go to the store. I said, so was I. That's why I'm here. It's very funny.
Thank you to all of our wonderful viewers for watching, and make sure you come with us because we're going to have a blast.
We'll have black bean soup for breakfast every day.
I'll take it.
Okay,
this
we'll
is
do it.
delicious. Well, in the meantime, there are other places out in Lorraine, locally, that have everything you need for a perfect fall experience. And the place we're going to right now is called Hillcrest Orchards.
Hillcrest Orchard is the family farm. My son lives next door. My daughter lives across the street. As farmers become fewer and farther between and consolidation, there's less and less farms. So there's fewer and fewer of us, and people don't have that direct connection with a farm. So we're looking to be the family farm and to show people how things are grown and hopefully have a little bit of fun while they're here. We have a ton of activities. There's a barrel train, there's a pedal cart track, there's a corn maze, we have a barn with a straw tunnel and a corn box. We have a big sandbox play area. We have another play area that's more like a swing set up. We have a hay ride. There's apple picking, there's pumpkin picking, all the things that you want to do the fall. And we have a food truck, we have a bar, and we have everything. We renovated a barn, and we have a little over an acre-sized pond that has a pavilion complex down by it. We started doing weddings and wedding receptions, and so people are getting married here. As a matter of fact, I just recently got my minister license, so I can perform ceremonies, and looking forward to that. In the market, we have apples and fresh pressed pasteurized cider, you know, the fall staples. A lot of the things that you would get in a farm market, some old-fashioned candy sticks and things like that, maybe some soup mixes and some bread mixes and some, you know, some things that you wouldn't maybe find at a normal grocery store. Because all the apples don't get ready at the same time, we move from different areas in the orchard. So the hayride takes you back to where we're picking that weekend. And so there'll be people back in the orchard with the bags, and our sales are per bag. There's a 20-pound bag and a 10-pound bag. And then whatever varieties we have, and we usually have 4 to 6 or 7 varieties available. It's mix or match, so if you want all of one or if you want to mix it up, you can mix it up. We charge an admission charge, which includes all the activities that we have on the farm. And then we also have a pumpkin patch open, and the pumpkin picking is per pound. Our goal is for the children who come here to have such a wonderful experience and memories that they bring their children here.
Hillcrest Orchard's right there, located on Route 113 in Amherst. The farm market is open daily at 10 a.m., but keep in mind, with special activities there, you can pick pumpkins, they have the corn maze. Those, though, are only available on the weekends.
No black bean soup, though.
No black bean soup, and no black bean soup here.
Something about that
good.
soup. Hey, coming up,
Delicious.
we're headed for Norwalk, folks, for a hidden gem that's known for its home decor.
Ooh, look how pretty.
We know you love road trips, and today we're headed to Norwalk, just about an hour and a half away from Cleveland, and that's where you'll find a hidden gem known for its one-of-a-kind home decor. It's called Naturally Country.
It's kind of evolved to this. It started just with acres of dried flowers, and then, you know, we built the shop, and then we added on to the shop, and then we've added bridges and walkways and more of a destination spot than all the growing, somewhere people can come, just relax and have a girls' day out. Couples bring a glass of wine, sit by the waterfall. I was growing acres of dried flowers at the time, and I lived in the country. So at 23, Naturally Country seemed like a good, you're coming to the country, and the flowers were all natural. I didn't have anything in silk. But in today's world, country isn't like, I'm not a country decor person. You can bring us something that looks a little tired, needs to have a makeover done on it, or you can gather up what you love and we'll create it for you. Usually while you're waiting, because a lot of people do drive, it is a destination, or go to lunch and come back and we can have it ready. We do specialize in your front door pieces. As far as outdoor, I don't do a whole lot of statuary. We do limited some of that. Inside is still more of the same. Pictures, lamp, wall art, clocks, more custom floral. What I'm creating is a topper. It's something we probably make more here at the shop than any. It's a tile with the styrofoam, and we make them to top off what you already have at home. So this one we're working on, here's one that is for up on a fireplace mantle. It's a flat back. It can go on something you have at home as far as a container, or it can set up on top of a candlestick. I have a great floral designer that does most of the outdoor pieces, and she's just really good. You can kind of tell her what you're looking for. Most of us are visual people. I'm very visual. So if you think you're creating something, you have something in mind, we create it and you need to tweak it. You see something here and you want to change it up because you see something a little different. That's easy to do, and we can do that easy for you. You know what? I've been so blessed. The customers that come are amazing, and they come back every year and they bring their friends, and it's just, I enjoy it. It's still enjoyable. Go into people's homes, help them create something that works for them, that they love to come home to at the end of the day.
Naturally Country is located in Norwalk, and another reason to visit, the annual Christmas open house is coming up very soon. It's the first 2 weekends in November. You can even reserve lunch at a nearby bed and breakfast, and visit Naturally Country online for more information. And this is one of those places that someone recommended to us. So remember, if you have a great place you visit and you want us to put it on the show, just give us a call or drop us a line. Okay, there's a fun event coming up, and Natalie's going to tell us all about it.
We really do listen, David, don't we? We really do listen to all the viewers. So this is one, though, I think you're going to really enjoy. It's a combination of, well, two great things, cheese and wine. Here with more details is Adam Boswin from Taste CLE. Boston, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you, Natalie.
I added a W in your name. I don't know where that came from. I'm trying
it's
to
been a long
change it
morning.
up a bit. So what is this big event happening?
So next week on Thursday, October 18th, from 5 o'clock, so all of our downtown workers can come right over. We are doing our Cheese and Wine Fest. Our second year doing it. We've got over 45 different cheeses from around the world and over 45 different wines from around the world, and it's unlimited sampling. So you come in, you drink, you eat, and you be merry.
Unlimited sampling?
Yes, you also get a nice glass of champagne when you come in as well.
Wow. So you definitely have to bring a designated driver with you on this one, or call an Uber or a Lyft, because if you're going to enjoy this, you can indulge. You can have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we want people to be safe. We actually have a code with Lyft. You can use Taste CLE and get a free ride if you've never used them before. So we obviously encourage people to drive safely.
I like the sound of that. So you brought a small sampling, very
did.
small sampling considering how much you're going to have there.
Well, I couldn't bring 45.
No,
I would have destroyed the whole
we're not going to put
studio,
that on
so.
you. We're not going to put, you know, we're reasonable too. So what did you bring?
So today I brought, for the wines, I brought a white wine and a red. The white is a Riesling from Germany. It's called Naughty Riesling.
I don't think I've
new
ever
to the
had a
state.
German Riesling
Yeah,
before.
German Rieslings are probably some of the more well-known ones. They come from the Mosel River, right along that river edge. Great Riesling. This is what we call a semi-sweet, so it's not super sugary, but it's not bone dry either, so it kind of complements both. And then the red, I brought a red blend from Portugal called the Lab. I think a lot of people like dogs, so.
They do.
Dogs,
We know Northeast Ohio loves their animals. So there's a good one to have then too. That's from Portugal.
Yeah, from Portugal. A lot of people don't drink wines from Portugal, so I wanted to do something different. Great red blend. And then for cheeses, I brought 3 kind of samples. There's a Dubliner from Ireland. Then we have a Applewood smoked Swiss. And then there's also going to be a jalapeno smoked cheddar.
Oh,
so
now
3 different types.
Now, what could we pair that jalapeno? Could I pair one with maybe this red? I think that jalapeno cheddar might be okay with it.
It would, but I'll be honest with you, sometimes taking a little bit of a sweeter style wine with spicy food is actually a nice balance. It's like what they say when you're cooking. You want savory and you want
and
hot.
sweet, yes.
So if I would say, try them both and see which one you like. I brought plenty of glasses, so.
Did you think Dave was going to be in here too? You didn't bring them all for me.
I think Dave might skirt over here and maybe try
he's
a
more,
little. You
he's
never
more than
know.
welcome to come over. All right, well, why don't we'll do, so this is how it's going to work. You kind of walk around. You'll have the different, I'm guessing, tables set up, vendors set up everywhere?
Yeah, we've got 8 of the distributors located here in Cleveland that sell wine. So each one's going to have a bunch of wines. Each wine and each cheese will be paired at a table. So there'll be pairings. We're going to have an online digital catalog that'll basically show you the pairings, where the tables are at, so you know what you're going to, what you're going to taste, and what you're going to sample. There'll be tasting notes, the whole 9 yards. So you'll be able to walk around, taste all the different wines, try all the different cheeses, and then we also have a few outside food vendors that are going to be coming, like O Fudge will be there, and they'll be sampling some different foods as well.
Now, can you buy any bottles of wine once you taste something you like, or no, that's not how this is going to work?
No, we've tried that in the past. Typically for these events downtown, people want to come, just enjoy themselves. They don't want to worry about taking stuff out. But all these wines can be found in the state of Ohio, so go to your local wine shop.
There you
and you're
go.
good.
So once you find what you like,
Yep.
you know where you can get it. All right, so we're going to try the Riesling.
I would try the
with this?
Riesling with the jalapeno.
There's a quick look again, one more time. It's the East Bank of the Flats. They'll have the cheese sampling, the wine sampling. You get a souvenir glass. And then you can go to tastecle.com for this. Again, it's next Thursday. It's going to be here before you know it, 5 Until
it'll go from 5 to 9 p.m. Right now, tickets
9.
are at $50 a pop. They do go up in price on the 14th, so if you're looking to save $5, which is always a good thing, I suggest buying it now, and you can buy those online. And again, like Natalie said, it's at Lago on the East Bank of the Flats. It's a beautiful venue. We'll have a tent outside. It's pretty good, isn't it?
This is delicious, and that cheese is unbelievable. That's one of the best. That is look for that again. It's jalapeno.
It's a jalapeno smoked cheddar.
Ask for that if you go to the event. I'm telling you, that is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Always a pleasure
I
to be
really
here.
appreciate it. All right, hey, still to come here on New Day Cleveland. Speaking of delicious, how about enjoying a delicious meal and saving money? We have the details on a big event that's happening right now in Medina, and sushi is involved. Welcome back here to New Day Cleveland. If you needed another reason to visit Medina, which there are many, we know, we are in the middle right now of Restaurant Week. So we have Christopher Pappas from Twisted Burger and Sushi here, and Matt's going to be joining us in just a moment talking about the big event that's happening all week long. We're going to start with you, though.
All right.
Good to have you here.
Nice to be here. Thank you guys very, very much.
We love having you on the show because I love the whole dichotomy of what you really do. You got the burgers, you got the sushi. It's different.
Absolutely. That's what we specialize in. You can get a burger anywhere, you can get sushi anywhere, but here at Twisted you get burgers and sushi, and you get it in our unique, eclectic way. We got a couple of great burgers that we're actually featuring for Medina Restaurant Week, as well as a fantastic sushi roll too. So lots to choose from on our menu. It's very diverse. We actually have a new menu coming out, starts November 1st, and some of these new burgers will actually be on it. Fruit Forward is a big popular item right now with the burgers. So we brought one of the burgers with us here for you guys to see.
Now, what all is on that thing? And I love that we have the piece of sushi on the top.
So that's our specialty. We top all of our burgers with one of our sushi picks. It's actually pickle and cream cheese wrapped in rice. And all of our burgers and sandwiches come with that. This one here is called the Figalicious Burger, and it's been a big hit so far for Medina Restaurant Week, so it may have a permanent place on the menu. It is actually our Angus Reserve steak burger, which is actually a blend of chuck, brisket, short rib, and sirloin. So what you get out of that is you get a little bit of that fat from the chuck and from that brisket. I'm sorry, the chuck and the short rib, but also a lot of that flavor. Then you get that firm bite from the sirloin and the short rib. So, or the sirloin and the brisket. So,
well, now what kind of cheese is that on top?
So that's goat cheese on top of there. So we top it with goat cheese, caramelized onions, and our fig jam, and with tomato and onion. So what's amazing about this burger is there's no sauce on there. There's no mayonnaise, none of that stuff. But what happens is the heat from the burger really starts to melt that goat cheese, and then you got the heat from the caramelized onions, the goat cheese, the fig jam. It really kind of starts to marry together.
He's selling it, isn't he?
It's good. I'm salivating just thinking about it. When I put that together, I almost took a bite out of it. I'm like, maybe,
are you making a sushi for us?
I'm going to make a sushi roll for you guys.
Go ahead, let's do it. Let's see you do it.
What we got is our Deja Vu roll. Our Deja Vu roll starts with, of course, our fantastic rice. We're going to put a little rice down here. And the Deja Vu roll is actually topped with our tuna poke, and a lot of people, it comes and goes on our menu. It's more of a seasonal item for us, but we get a lot of people who really request it. So on our Medina Restaurant Week, exactly, on our Medina Restaurant Week menu, you can actually get the tuna poke as an appetizer by itself, or as the Deja Vu roll, which I'm going to make here for you in just a second, is going to be, we start with salmon and shrimp, avocado, cucumber, and then we roll that maki style, which is with the nori rice on the outside, and then we top it with our tuna poke, and it's a spectacular combination. I'm
going to let you continue to make this. I'm going to bring Matt in real quick because we're going to be talking about, in general, now this is just one of the many amazing restaurants that Medina has. What a great week this is, and we're in the thick of things.
We're in the thick of things. October 5th to the 20th, we have 17 participating restaurants, all serving up some great delicious menus, some great deals on different foods.
Well, and again, there's plenty of different, depending on what you want, what your palate's like, plenty of different restaurants to choose from, and again, it's now through the 20th. So go down to Medina and check it out. So two options are going to be on the menu.
Those are the two options that are on the menu right now. In addition to that, we have a long bone pork chop. It's actually a belly on a long bone pork chop. So you get a nice portion of that pork chop, and you get all that delicious bacon. We fry that guy up really nice and crispy, so you get a little of that pork belly gets nice and crispy. We also have the Thick-Delicious Burger. We got the Deja Vu roll on there, and in addition to that, we've got our house-made cheesecake. Chef Heather from my restaurant is actually a baker by trade. We have a pumpkin swirl cheesecake going on right now, in addition to a couple other cakes that are on the menu as well. So all from
Sushi, burgers,
I know,
pumpkin
right?
cheesecake, right?
So
Thank you guys
it's great.
both so much for being here. And go
you.
check out Medina. One more reason to get out and enjoy that beautiful town. David?
Okay, if you're looking for a great way to enjoy the fall season, why not get out and explore nature? That's right. The Geauga Park District is the perfect place to start.
There are so many things to do in the Geauga Park District. We have 10,000 acres, a little over 10,000 acres, 22 open parks. We have miles and miles, I think 70 miles of trails for hiking, biking, horseback riding. We have camping. We have a brand new high ropes course. We have nature education programs, special events. Really, we have something for everything. But I think the big draw for our parks is just the natural wonders that we have for people to enjoy. Burton Wetlands is a little off the beaten path, so it's probably a park that not a lot of people, even county residents, know much about. So we really hope people come out and see this gem. It has obviously the beautiful Lake Kelso behind me here, which is one of the most pristine natural lakes in the state of Ohio. There are other natural lakes in Ohio, but none in this pristine condition. So around the lake, you can see number of birds, bald eagles, osprey. I've seen river otters here, beavers, a number of dragonflies and damselflies. Just the population of wildlife here in this park is astounding. No matter when you go out into the parks, there's an explosion of activity, and fall is no exception. Obviously, the beautiful fall colors are great. We have a lot of amazing parks, lots of trees, lots of beautiful colors to discover out here. Animals are getting ready for hibernation, migration, so there's a wide variety of birds, tiny little animals getting ready for hibernation, large animals getting ready for hibernation, a lot of cool things to discover. Insect chorus, monarch butterflies are still migrating through. So we're going to tag this little butterfly. I've already written down some information. These are the little tags that we put on the butterfly's wings. So I'm going to take this little guy or gal out. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I'll take it out of here and I'm going to see if it's a boy or a girl. I can just open up the wings here. It's just a myth that if you touch a butterfly's wings, it can't fly, but you got to be careful. This little black dot right there, it's called an alar gland, and that tells me that that's a boy. Butterfly, monarch butterflies, the boys have the daddy dots. Those are alar glands. So I'm going to write M for male. He's a male. I've already written down his information on the data sheets. Take this tiny little sticker, which has a website, Monarch Watch. It has a phone number and it has his unique number on. Put that right on his wing. Hold it for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's time to let this guy go. 3, 2, 1, his first flight. There it goes. Off to Mexico. Okay, in here we have a red eft I'm going to take out. It's a juvenile red spotted newt. Those are the salamanders that you see in ponds, but this is what the young one looks like. It's called a red eft. It lives for a few years on the forest floor, and it's so common here. It's an amphibian, not a reptile. But it lives on the forest floor for a few years, and then it'll change colors to like a greenish color. The tail will change to be more adapted for swimming, and then it'll head back to a pond, find a mate, and then raise young there in the pond where it'll spend the rest of its life. But this little wonder is here out in the Geauga Parks. It's pretty common in northeastern Ohio natural areas, but many people have never seen one of these things before. Really, really neat. I think all of our parks have something unique. You know, that's great. That's why I love just experiencing all the parks. What I love about this park is just the variety, the diversity of not only animals that you can see here, but plants. A poison sumac. You can find carnivorous pitcher plants here and little sundews. They're carnivorous plants here. So just the variety of life that you find in this park really gets me excited, and there's always something new to discover in this park, and really all of our parks.
Okay, for details on all 22 parks that make up the Geauga Park District, simply log on to their website. Still to come on New Day Cleveland, skip the trip to Philly. We've got mouth-watering cheesesteaks, the best in the East, right here in Northeast Ohio.
They have been dubbed the best cheesesteaks west of Philly, so I love this guy. I love his place. I had to go there and check it out myself. Here's Capo Steaks. Let me tell you, this segment is a long time coming. You might recognize this face here. I have James with me. We are at Capo Steaks. They've been on the show in studio before, but I had such a good time with you that we said, we gotta come to your location and check this place out.
Why are you saying it like that?
We are in Glenville, technically.
Glenville, USA.
Glenville, USA.
G-Town.
And technically, I have the boss with me.
Yeah.
So that's it. How did you get that nickname again?
Well, because we're the boss of the cheesesteaks.
You don't mess with their cheesesteaks. Let me tell you.
Say that again.
So I know you have family. You don't mess with their cheesesteaks. There you go. I said it again. You have Carl back here.
I've
You
got
have Marcus
Carl,
back here.
My cousin Mark holding it down.
So they're doing the cooking, but I know. Are we going to get you in here?
We're going to get in here and do something.
All right.
I got to do something
let's
because
get in
the
here and do
customer's looking for
something.
me. You know what I mean? So
You
they
have
get
become
scared.
a celebrity.
Well, I'm not a celebrity. I just love the people. The neighborhood has embraced us. You all have embraced us. Cleveland embraced us. So since LeBron left, we had to go ahead and take the spot over.
Oh, since LeBron's gone. Okay,
So you didn't miss nothing. Capo's is still here. So what we do is this. Because a lot of people, like I told you, a lot of people in Cleveland, no disrespect, they're a little remedial. Some people think they can just grab something off the shelf and make a cheesesteak. What we
can't do that.
Can't do it. What we do is 100% beef. We do it better than Philly. And what we do is
Forget
we get
Philly.
Yeah. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
So we do this. Look at that. Juicy. Look at this. Now this is 100% red, very expensive. So that's why I know you're not gonna get this at your local gas station.
No, no. We
No
don't want any of that.
disrespect. No disrespect. So what we do is we cook it like this, and then we add all the trimming. You don't chop the meat totally unless they ask for it to be chopped and seared.
Oh,
You want it to be chewy, you want it to be steaky. A standard cheesesteak, because I think I mispronounced it last time. Italian roll, 100% ribeye, cheese and onions.
He's talking to you.
I gotta say it clearly because we want to make sure that we don't use cheese whiz around here. I told y'all that before. We trying to help people live. We're not trying to kill nobody with cheese whiz. That's a whole nother situation, and people are blasphemous for even using cheese whiz. But I digress. This is becoming the second biggest one, the best of both worlds, where you get 100% ribeye and chicken breast. It's becoming the big seller over here.
Oh, mix of both?
Absolutely. You mix them real well.
Is that
And a lot
roasted
of
red
people love
peppers,
this.
too?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people. There it is.
What's that sauce?
That sauce, we can't tell you who that sauce is.
Oh, that's your secret sauce.
That sauce will get you in trouble.
Okay.
That sauce, you might be looking for me in the middle of the day with a flashlight. That sauce will get you in trouble.
I want to make sure that we also say thank you because I know you brought something for the whole
No,
crew.
what we
You and
do,
your wife.
because you in G-Town.
There's his wife right there. There's Denise. Say hi, Denise.
No, you in G-Town, you in Glenville. The hood showing a lot of love, so we want to present you all because you came down to see us.
Oh,
with a
those
bouquet
are
of roses.
beautiful.
Glenville Capos in Glenville is coming at. We thank New Day Cleveland and hanging out with us. You got your hood pass. You can come down here. You can come down here
This is the
anytime.
coolest segment I think I've
What
ever
you
done.
mean?
This is the first time I've ever received flowers on behalf of our crew.
We
at-
take
at
care
a
of
segment.
people,
So
though.
thank you very much.
Natalie, stop it. We take
Capos,
care.
come check them out. The boss.
What up?
I just love them so much. Him and his wife Denise are amazing. We found out after the fact that James has been saying the name of his place wrong. His daughter says it's Capo Steaks. So whether you say Capo or Capo, either way, you're gonna love the cheesesteaks. They're right on St. Clair Avenue and East 105th Street. They are open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. Thank you guys for letting us come in. I had a blast. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland.
Welcome.
It's time to talk tomorrow's show because we are wrapping up here today.
Went
Unfortunately,
fast.
right? It did go fast
Yep.
today. Tomorrow, though, we're learning how to make traditional Sicilian cannoli. I can't
doesn't
wait
love
to
that?
see what that's going to be like.
Love
Plus,
cannoli.
2 of Fox 8's most beloved personalities are going to be dropping by the studio. I wonder who that's going
Who
to be.
could that be? Hey, you know what? We're talking about the First Man movie.
Yes.
We're talking about. The director's going to be on it.
I'm very excited to
Chazelle,
have him
yeah.
on. That's really, I mean, because he directed La La Land too.
Right.
Which won all the
and Whiplash,
awards.
Yeah, so it's really great that he's in town. He's going to spend some time on the show here, so we're looking forward to that. And then also it's clam bake season, so I'll be at a place called Mazzullo's. It's in Aurora, learning how to put together a clam bake at home, plus some great ideas for tailgate season. So a lot of great stuff on the show tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed today.
Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you then.
So long.